This past July, we traveled to North End Farms in Rainy River, Ontario to take measurements of the Wilson Creek. We took measurements of the creek to design and build a cattle crossing. The cattle crossing would be used as a bridge for the cattle to cross the creek safely without having to go through the creek. If the cattle were to go through the creek, they would cause erosion to the bank and the bed, thus disrupting the aquatic life in the creek and other life of aquatic animals downstream in other bodies of water.
So this July we drove around the Fort Frances district and we mapped out the milkweed locations. Milkweed can be an issue because it's toxic if it's ingested, but it's very important that, to monarch butterfly population. It is the main food source for this species at risk, and therefore it is very important that we continue to monitor this.
Hello, I'm country music sensation Blake Shelton, and when I'm not rocking out to Honeybee, I'm protecting our natural resources. Today, I'm here to talk to you about Phragmites. Phragmites is an invasive species of reed. It's very aggressive, and it outcompetes our native species of Phragmites. And it causes havoc for diversity in our wetlands. This is the native species of Phragmites, where this is the invasive. The invasive is one solid color of green, as you can see here, and the native is staggered with red and green, as I'm demonstrating to you right now. Until next time, I'm country music sensation Blake Shelton.
Okay, so this past summer we spent a lot of time removing the invasive species purple loosestrife, and this is purple loosestrife right here, and it can be confused with the native species common fireweed because this one is circular and this one has more angular, square stem, but this is the native one and this is the non-native one. So the invasive one, it's super bad for the environment because it takes over all the wetlands and it reduces the biodiversity that we have, and biodiversity is super important for all the different plants and animals that we have. So OSR has spent a lot of our time trying to remove this before it gets into a more serious problem. And it came here from Europe in the ballast waters, and people brought it over here because it's a pretty flower and they didn't realize what they were bringing over. So it's really important that we stop this invasive species. And yeah.
Hi there, I'm here to talk to you today about the rusty crayfish. It's an invasive species and it's very harmful to the environment because it eats all the things on a shoreline that are on the lower level of the food chain. So it outcompetes the little fish, and it grows significantly bigger than native crayfish. So it kind of bullies them, you could say. And this is a native crayfish, but rusty crayfish grow a lot bigger. The rusty crayfish, as I said, is significantly bigger. It has black bands on the claws and rusty spots on its sides. Those are the go-to signs to know what the crayfish is.
are safe in their houses, 'cause they're clean and neat. Adios, Ann and our staff. Our 8 weeks ends today. Someone do me a favor, remember our labor when you're out fishing today.